Hello, my 420 Spot family, and happy Monday to you. It's going to be an amazing week. We are about halfway through the month of June, this 13th day of 2022. Here is the news today in the cannabis and psychedelic community. Top things to know. A study found that extracellular vesicles of cannabis with high CBD content induce anticancer signaling in human hepatocellular carcinoma. A study adds to the growing body of psilocybin research with promising results showing the safety, feasibility, and efficacy of simultaneous psilocybin treatment in patients with cancer with major depressive disorder. The Senate Indian Affairs Committee has scheduled a meeting for Friday titled Cannabis in Indian Country. It's an opportunity for tribes to share their perspective on marijuana issues with senators' staff. The Congressional Research Service said in a new report that U.S. and Canadian legalization of marijuana is reducing its value as part of Mexican trafficking organizations' portfolio. A poll found that 83% of Nebraskans support legalizing medical cannabis. Elon Musk tweeted, "Psychedelics and MDMA can make a real difference to mental health, especially for extreme depression and PTSD. We should take this seriously." The National Institute on Drug Abuse is looking to identify research labs that can analyze marijuana samples including cannabis products from state legal dispensaries. The National Institutes of Health's Intramural Research Program published a blog post examining how researchers are investigating the role of the human body's cannabinoid system to combat diabetes-related heart failure. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published a notice of its intent to issue a sole source contract to a company for laboratory support services to analyze an allergen from the cannabis plant. Representative Earl Blumenauer, DR, told Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen at a hearing that he would like to work with her staff on cannabis banking issues. Representative James Comer, RKY, said during a House Oversight and Reform Committee hearing that he believes people who are in prison for little things like marijuana possession should be released. Representative Ed Perlmutter, DCO, tweeted, "Thank you at ICPA for your ongoing support of the #Safe Banking Act. The conflict in state and federal law has created a serious public safety issue for communities and I echo your call for the conference to include #Safe Banking in the final package of the Bipartisan Innovation Act." Colorado Governor Jared Polis, D., signed a bill to streamline the process for sealing marijuana and other convictions. An analysis of a border-related law enforcement operation launched by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, R., found that nearly 1 out of 5 of its arrests has been for a low-level marijuana offense. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers, D., pardoned more people for marijuana and other drug offenses. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker, R., compared the legalization of sports betting to cannabis, saying, "Without a legal way to do this, it's a little bit like the marijuana issue. You just leave the black market there, and you don't sort of bring it out of the shadows and make it part of the regular crime." Pennsylvania Democratic gubernatorial candidate Josh Shapiro, currently the Attorney General, tweeted, "It's time to legalize recreational marijuana in Pennsylvania. Tax it, regulate it, and expunge the records of those who have served time for non-violent marijuana-related offenses. I'm going to build the path to justice, and it'll boost the economy." Wyoming Democratic gubernatorial candidate Rex Wilde spoke about his support for legalizing marijuana. The U.S. Virgin Islands Senate Committee on Rules and the Judiciary approved a Cannabis Advisory Board nomination. Missouri regulators are requiring several medical cannabis businesses to destroy products and give up licenses over various alleged violations. Montana regulators adopted rules on the marijuana packaging and labeling application and approval process. The Connecticut Social Equity Council set rules for its decision process on marijuana social equity applicants in a closed session. Illinois regulators announced plans to issue new marijuana dispensary licenses. Vermont regulators published guidance on marijuana packaging rules. New York regulators published a fact sheet about marijuana and young people. Oregon regulators will hold a public meeting and town hall on cannabis issues on Wednesday. California regulators will host a webinar on the Cannabis Appellations program on Thursday. A California judge ruled that High Times must pay more than $4.9 million in back rent for a would-be dispensary location in San Francisco's Union Square. Colorado retailers sold more than $153 million worth of legal marijuana products in April. In Colorado, Buddy Boy brand all locations are closing. Marijuana sales are slowing in Colorado and another brand is going away. Thank you for watching this video today. Have an amazing day everyone. It's 4:20 somewhere. What are you smoking?